40 words never explained or expounded upon in the Quran, like Surah 355, Surah 1933. So what's really going on? Surah 355, Surah 1933, these ayat refers to Christ's death, so you might be misreading.
Now, Dr. Sharosh thinks that the Quran confirms that Jesus died. And you notice here that he is actually, in using the Quran, he is replying to a position which is not the position that I have put forward today. And this again is the peril of the prepared speech. He has come prepared to attack a different position, which is not the position that I have explained. If you say that mutawafika means I'm causing you to die, this of course is what has been reported by Mawab bin Munabba in the Tafsir of Ibn Kathir, where he says that God caused Jesus to die for 7 hours and then he raised him to himself. Some scholars thought, however, that it means that God put him to sleep. Because Dr. Sharosh, if you trace the etymology of this, tawaffa is used in the Arabic as a euphemism for death. The real word for death in Arabic is maut. But just as in English we say passing away, instead of saying doubt, which sounds very cruel, instead of saying death, which sounds very cruel, just similarly in Arabic we say tawaffa for the act of God taking the person back. But the real meaning of the word tawaffa is taking back. So you can take a person in sleep as well, as the Quran says in Surah Al-Zumar, that he is the one yatawaffal anfusa hina mawtiha wallati lam tamut fi manamiha. He is the one who takes the souls at the time of death, and even the souls that have not died but during their sleep. So it could be that God took Jesus in some way that what might resemble death to the outsiders, but from the point of view of God, he is not killing Jesus, he's taking Jesus in a loving and kind way that can be described as sleep as well. We can say therefore that the Quran here uses a term that could be interpreted two ways. From the point of view of history, it would be said that Jesus is dead, but from the point of view of theology and faith, it would be said that Jesus is alive and well with God, and that is what Muslims believe. So I do not believe that Dr. Sharosh, in using the Quran here, has proved anything against me, but in fact he has proved in support of me. And by the way, Dr. Sharosh, the verse from Surah 234 is not read yatawafuna, but it's read yutawafawna, because it is passive. The person is the one who is taken by God. It's tired. Now, and as for the Arabic, in the passages from Surah Maryam, where it says Yawma amutu wa yawma ub'athu hayya, both you and Sheikh Didat are correct about this. You're right that Jesus said this when he was in his infancy, or in his childhood, and naturally this refers to his future death and resurrection. But at the same time, that does not by this statement mean what you're trying to make it mean. It doesn't mean that Jesus already died and already resurrected, because Muslims do believe that even if Jesus died in the past, his resurrection would then be with everyone on the Day of Judgment. And those who believe that he was raised alive and did not experience death, believe that when he comes back he will die and he will be resurrected again. So the verse by itself does not prove what you wanted to prove, and we're not being deceptive in saying that. The verse refers to the future, and we still can expect that future.